Greetings, everyone. I apologize for a delay, but I'm back at you talking about Sakuhin, talking about creativity, talking about a lot of different things. And I really want to key in on what I would call the second step in terms of creating. Recently, had to go through a bunch of notes that were sent to me by my editor, wonderful creator in and of her own right. Her name is Suzanne. She hit me up with a lot of great notes, a lot of questions, and it's always great to have somebody around who can look at your stuff over, tighten it up, get it just right, because it's about the story. It's not about the ego. Iron sharpeneth iron. So if you are polishing yourself with the right people, your stuff, it looks even better. Now, I mention that because one of the things that I got notes about repeatedly in this particular project is my world building. A lot of people talk about world building and they are just talking about a character. And it can't be just about a character. It's got to be about an entire place. And I think it's important for us to remember that when we're building a world, it's like playing ping pong. It's the character who's a great character or a number of characters and the world in which they live, how they change that world, and then how that world changes them. How all of these things work back and forth to come up with the narrative that's powerful. Be that narrative very realistic, or that narrative be very fantastic. As we're looking at this stuff, I really want us to consider, said the second step. I'm talking about the second step. And when I say the second step, it's the place beyond that something that's there, that creative spark that made you want to write about a woman in space, or a guy who talks to dogs, or some of the things that Stephen King did. It could be horror, but horror that's elevated on a level that is social commentary. What made you go beyond just that thing to step into the world being built? One thing I'm not going to talk about today, but it's really important, is the research that you have to put into turning out that project. You can't just pull things out your butthole like you used to be able to, because the world is way more interactive now. And so you have got to come up with some stuff that makes sense on top of being very creative and very fantastic. And when I say fantastic, I'm not just getting into sci-fi. I mean something that elevates that character and that story beyond the mundane. Because that's what we're doing. We're entertaining people in this manner. And that's why some of the stuff you're seeing exists. The stuff that you're seeing exists. The stuff that I'm showing you related to my own Sakuhin, my own IP, my own creative my own creative content. Sorry about that. Where am I placing the person? Is it a black and white noir setting that's very gritty and very real to a specific historic time? Or, yeah, but I guess you can consider right now, you can consider the 1920s historic time. Or is it about a place that we imagine that could have been, that's based on prehistory, based on geological studies, based on a lot of different things, based on the cultural histories and the linguistic histories and the geographic circumstances that existed 50,000 years ago. What are we doing and how are we doing it? These things are important to consider as we develop the worlds that we want to take different people into and that we want to explore ourselves. That's what I mean by the second step, because nobody knows where the first step comes from. It's a blessing to have that as an ability. But the second step, the writing step, the developing step, the knowing how your brain works step, the getting feedback from people that you can trust step, that's something that you definitely can control. And it's something that I encourage everybody to go out and check out for themselves. Learn how you think. Learn how you approach these new places in your own creativity, in your own head, and then flesh them out. We're going to get more into that, and I'm going to talk to friends who can give me serious feedback and share that feedback with you as we go forward. Take care. I'll see you soon.